Hi, my name's Traci Ruble. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I work in downtown San Francisco, working with couples and individuals who are working on improving relationships, whether romantic relationships, friend, family, work relationships. So I'm also a blogger for Psyched in San Francisco, and this is our first official video blog and a good first topic. So tonight I'm asking the question, are marriage and eroticism compatible? More specifically, why is there this ongoing joke, this wink wink, when people are getting married that, oh, well, you're good luck, you're not going to have sex anymore? I'm interested in it because I have a lot of couples come in that are grieving the loss of really active sex lives. So let's talk about some of those things. One of my inspirations, or somebody who I like to read and whose book I think you should buy, Esther Perel, who's written Mating in Captivity, I think is a really fun read, not only because it imparts some great information about sexuality, in particular in American culture, but she also has a very lyrical, exciting way, not cold or clinical, that she writes about this topic. So it's a fun read. Check it out. And then Marty Klein just came out with a new book called Sexual Intelligence that I do think for every therapist should be on their bookshelf. And it is a real great shorthand debunking a lot of myths in our culture about sex drive, fetishes, sexual preference, etc. So let's talk a little bit about some of these myths that I just mentioned. Marty talks a bit about just our expectations around arousal, that we sort of think that our bodies should stay 18 forever and that we should just look at our partner and be turned on, and that that's not actually realistic. And there is a process of grieving that isn't actually how we're going to be aroused as we age. So that's number one. Um, Number two, there is this cultural heritage that we have specifically in American culture around sex. We come from a puritanical heritage where sex was a means to create children. It wasn't something that we should be taking pleasure in. And even though we may not believe that to be the case anymore, it's still in the unconscious for most of us in subtle and not so subtle ways. Second, you know, we become so familiar with our partner that all the novelty is gone, and really hot arousal, hot sex, it's all predicated on novelty, on really being able to see someone as separate. But when you've been doing the laundry with someone for 10 years and washing dishes and raising kids and mowing the lawn, maybe there isn't so much novelty anymore. The other person that we're in relationship with feels like a known quantity. So where's the excitement? So how to get the excitement back? The other piece is that marriage has changed over time. It used to be that marriage was a financial arrangement, or it was a means to stay together, to raise children together. But now we have a lot of expectations of marriage. We expect the person to be our lover, our best friend, our spiritual advisor, our therapist, our dad, our mom. I mean, it's a lot of roles in one bucket. We're no longer living in these extended communities, um, and so the nuclear family has become the center stage again. And that too can make it really hard to um, have good sex or have a lot of it or both. Because with so many eggs in one basket, we tend not to want to risk um, jeopardizing that connection, right? The other thing is that sometimes if we're not good at connecting, sex might be the only way we can connect. So for other couples, it's not a lack of quantity or maybe even a lack of quality, but sex actually becomes a red herring, if you will, or a distractor for actually really deeply connecting in the relationship. Um, yeah. So, how to reclaim really potent and active sex lives? Well, first off, I want a disclaimer here. I think that there's a continuum of what is healthy and active, and the couple gets to decide that, not therapists. I don't have some kind of number that I'm looking for. It really is individual. I also think couples go through stages, and so I don't think we need to jump to conclusions and make things problems when they're not. Okay? But I do think that we sometimes don't risk actually being honest with ourselves about what kind of sex we want to be having with our partner. And we don't risk playing with our partner and experimenting and trying new things because we don't ever want to see rejection in the eyes of this person that we are so dependent upon for so many things. Or we don't want to hear no, or we don't want to be judged, right? And it's scary to put yourself out there. It's more risky with this person that we're closest to oftentimes than it is with a stranger. So, how to create passionate, exciting lives? Well, I don't think there's a packed answer, but I certainly like this experiment that Esther talks about. So, I'm going to challenge you, if you're listening to this, to take on this challenge for 1 week, 7 days, to set aside as much time dedicated to erotic play and set aside a space with a closed door, set the scene, right? Whether it's lighting candles or setting up some music or just making sure no kids are going to be entering the room. And really define this erotic time as erotic play, not getting off, no pressure for multiple mutual orgasms, but just play and discovery and fun with your partner. See what it's like. And if you're brave, send me an email and report back to me. Let me know how it goes. This is Traci Ruble. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in San Francisco. I hope you enjoy your week. Bye.